is Shari from littlebluedeerdesign.com, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the WordPress dashboard and just sort of walk you through a basic introduction to the WordPress dashboard. So this is going to assume that you already have a WordPress.org or self-hosted WordPress site and that you have a little bit of familiarity with it, but I'm just going to show you a little bit about where things are located. So first of all, to access your dashboard, you can always go to www.yoursite, and then you can type in /WP-admin. And this will either take you to the login screen if you're not logged in, or it will take you to the dashboard if you are. And a little bit about WordPress. There's all kinds of plugins that you can use, which I'm going to talk about. I have a lot installed on my personal site. So you can ignore some of the notices, etc. That you'll see. I'm just going to walk you through the menu that I have here. Jetpack, I have a video about Jetpack. Jetpack is a handy dandy little plugin from WordPress.com that you can install. If you have it installed, it will show up here in the upper left hand corner of your screen. I've done another video about Jetpack, but it does have some really handy little features. For example, it's got site stats, which is kind of nice. You can go through and see your site stats by day, and a number of other settings, which you can see by clicking on the settings link. We'll go back to the dashboard, and we have the posts. You can click on posts, all posts, and this is going to take you to a list of all of your blog posts, and this is going to include draft posts and already published posts, and you'll be able to see them all in a list view. You'll also see a nice little comment bubble if people have left comments. You can check there, and here you can also click to view the full post if it's already been published, or we'll go back. You can preview if you have a draft. So that's kind of cool. There's also the categories. This shows you all of your WordPress categories, and I don't have too many. Once again, you can view your category. And this is also the screen that you would go to if you want to change a category. So you can edit your category here. Use the edit link to edit the category, and you can do things like change the name, the slug, etc. So if you want to be able to quick edit your categories, you can do that here. And then there's also the tags. I don't use a lot of tags, but some people like to use tags. Tags are used to go a little bit further into the categories. Most people have just some basic blog categories. As you can see, I've got interiors, fashion, and inspiration, and just a few others. But if you want to go a little bit deeper, then you can always use the tags. Let's talk about the media library. If you click on media and go to library, you'll be able to see all of your images here, and you can view them in either a list view, or you can click here and you can view them in a grid view. And this is where if you want to upload a photo outside of a blog post, you can just click on the Add New button and upload your media. Links is a plugin that I have for a link list. Another important part of a WordPress blog, of course, is the pages. So you can go to Pages, All Pages, and I have a website along with a blog attached to my site. So, for example, my About page is just a static page. The content on that doesn't change. It's just a little bit about me. But then when you go to my blog, you can see that this is my posts page. So the posts are the things that you create and update on a more frequent basis, maybe than just your static pages. But once again, by going to Pages, All Pages, you can see all of your pages. You can edit them, you can trash them if you don't want to use them anymore, and this is just a quick way to access all of your pages. You can also go to comments. If you don't have your blog set up to automatically notify you when there's comments, you can click here and view the comments that you have. A few other plugins. I've got WooCommerce running. I use Genesis. Appearance. If you don't have a custom blog design, you might go to Appearance Customize. This is the spot for most blogs where if you've purchased, say, an out-of-the-box theme or you're using a default theme, you can use the Customize tab, just dependent on the blog, to do different things like change your blog colors. You can also change often your background image. You can add additional CSS if you know how to do that. And you can actually preview the changes right here in your blog. So that is kind of a handy dandy little tool. Once again, it varies based on your theme. Plugins. You can go to view all of your installed plugins. The plugins are really what makes the blog run. So what you want to do is just be aware of your plugins. If you have any issues with your blog, a good thing to do is to try deactivating your plugins and see if one of the plugins is causing an issue. And the way you can do that is click on the checkbox at the top, and you can choose deactivate. Don't delete, just deactivate. And that way you can go back and automatically activate them one by one to see if there was one particular plugin that was causing a problem. Users and tools are pretty self-explanatory. Settings, I've got various plugins here that generally when you install a plugin, its settings will show up under the settings tool. So for example, I've got the pin it button plugin. So if I want to adjust the size, shape of my pin it button, I would go to settings, and then I would scroll down to the pin it button plugin, and you can just pop right over and adjust the settings. So those are really the basics. Once again, just dependent on what plugins you have. They'll show up over here on the side generally, or in the settings every now and again. A plugin will also show up in the tools, but generally they're going to be under settings, or just they'll automatically install in the sidebar here. So that's just a very short and easy introduction to your WordPress dashboard, and just to sort of help you get a feel for the blog. You can see once again all of these plugins and settings have worked together to create my site here. So if you're a WordPress user and you're interested in a custom blog design or a custom website design, you can email me, shari@littlebluedeer.com, and I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching my introduction to WordPress dashboard.